Boring chat. All right, so I just decided to forego crab game at least for today. In gaming news, Splat something or other came out today for Nintendo. Oh my God, Splatoon is it? Never played it. I know it has a really, really high skill cap, so I could understand why people would appreciate it. My girlfriend's little brothers play it a lot. But getting a lobby in crab game is kind of rough. When you've got your buddies, it's pretty good. Playing with you, of course, Captain, Soups, Alfred, even though Alfred is a little bit sweaty, I'm not going to lie. That was actually a lot of fun. But I had this idea that it would be cool if we got a bunch of strangers in a lobby, and I forgot what internet lobbies were like. That's weird. I've been playing so many single player games, I just kind of forgot. And that's nothing against like Ionic Vessel, but man, there's only so many times you can say the salami won't fit in the lid, or salami lid won't fit, whatever it was. He was good at the game and funny and stuff, but really, let me see. Oh, it's because I updated it separately. Twitch takes a minute to update that stuff sometimes. I don't know why it does, but at least you can. You can't with Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube, you have to create a whole new thing. So I have to end the stream, then start a stream, and then delete the old stream if I want to delete the old stream. Blah blah blah. But what I'll probably do is just shoot the shit with you guys for a couple minutes and discuss some possible games in the future. We can try Crab Game again when I know I have more people. Would be nice. I need to play Cube 2. Oh, you can't see because my stupid webcam is in the way. Give me just a second and I'll fix it. One thing that is good about the new OBS is that you have a lot more pixel perfect control over stuff. I don't know how well this shows. Let me see if I can make my preview window bigger. Can I not? Like only marginally so. I need a higher DPI. Can I pull this out? Wait a minute. Can I pull out the preview window? I cannot. That's the one thing that it will not let me pull out. Give me a second. I want to check something here really quick. I know this is probably boring as hell for you, but let me see something really quick. View. I can go to full screen interface, but multi-view. I mean, that's okay, but I actually don't like the way that's set up. That makes it really confusing. Is there a good... Hey, Captain, help me out here. Is there a good way to full screen your OBS? It could be that made up process steps that tax prep sites show when you do the final submit. Yeah, I think what it is the information gets stored somewhere on their server. So if I'm like, if Crab Game is listed and you go, then until the page is refreshed, you wouldn't see it going to just chatting until after it refreshes. But also the amount of time it takes for the server to process and transmit that information is slow. Try right-clicking preview and click mirror display or such. Haven't ever used it myself, but wait a minute. It doesn't have that, but dude, you're sick. That's great. That's exactly... Oh, but I can't see chat now. But I might be able to do something clever. Let's see if this will work. Windowed project, full screen projector. Let's do that. If I alt tab, it won't let me do that. I'm trying to come up with the... I'll just put it over here. I'll just put chat over here. Hello, chat. Wait a minute. I have a good idea. I'm learning something, chat. Just bear with me. I'm learning something. I can just bring up Restream Chat app. Yeah, I have to use left control. I got it. I got it. Where are you, though? You're over here. no, you're not. Where is it? Oh, they put it in this window. I don't want it in this window, but okay. Can I? There it is. I hate that. It's so transparent. It's almost impossible to see. So what I'm going to do is go to Settings, Appearance, Compact Mode, that's fine. Click-through mode is fine. Colorized author names, don't care about that. I just don't want it background opacity. There we go. Now I can see it a little bit. I'll just bring this up. Oop. Okay. All right, let's go back to Steam. So yeah, I've got a couple of games that we could potentially play, but I'm not sure which ones to do. I could, let's see, we've got some puzzle games. Darkwood would be a fun one to potentially play. Let me wiggle this down a little bit. Actually, I have an idea. It might work better if I... Why would you do that? I didn't mean to do that. No, not click-through mode. Not always on top. Okay. Can I save, or is that just saved? There we go. Darkwood? Yeah, I kind of figured you'd want me to play Darkwood. That's interesting. Restream chat does not show up, so let's just click that again. There we go. You got King's Quest 2 now, though, and it's not in that listing. Oh, well, there's... So, I'll show you. The newer ones haven't been added yet. So, just be kind. Give me a little bit. What I can do is go into Unplayed, and it will give you a better idea of what we got. So, one thing that was suggested to me was... Kerbal Space Program trying to get to the moon. When I was playing XO1, we had a couple people come in who said that a beginner's goal should be to get to the moon. I don't know how many hours it would take, but that would be a cool thing to do. Play Kerbal Space Program and try to get the people to the moon. There's Baba Is You, which was recommended, I believe, by Soups. Phasmophobia, I kind of want to hang on to until Halloween. Return of Obra Dinn, that's a Myst-like game, sort of. A puzzly first-person shooter. It's not a shooter. A puzzly first-person game. Noida, which is a roguelike. Subnautica, which is a horror survival game taking place in the oceans of an alien world. Superland is a pretty straightforward third-person puzzle game. First-person puzzle game. It's interesting that it says BioShock, but it's because I played the updated one. Amnesia is one that I want to keep for Halloween, and so is Penumbra. Those are great Halloween games. I want to play those for Halloween. Dig was one who... Well, Phasmophobia is fun when playing with friends that are fun. Sort of the same deal as with like Crab Game. You play with people you know and like, it's a lot more fun. There's the Dig. Who recommended the Dig to me? Who was it that recommended that to me? An asteroid the size of a small moon is on a crash course toward Earth. Oh, it's a LucasArts game. Once the wayward asteroid is nuked into safe orbit, a trio conducts a routine examination of the rocky surface. What they uncover is anything but routine. My headphones have died.
Of course I miss you, darling. This is the loneliest place on Earth. Most exciting thing ever happens here is the day when it don't rain. Excuse me, darling, I got some work to do. What the heck is that? Get on in here, Pete.
Oh, the number shrinks.
On a 3-week collision course with Earth.
It would. You wouldn't have odds written out like that, though. That's cute. But it would probably be a percentage. It would have a sigma value. And like a value of variance, most likely. Like it has 100% chance of coming within X amount of miles of...
Attila was first spotted in a tracking station in Borneo. According to NASA sources, the probability of impact with Earth...
Alfred, dude, do you just forget your password over and over? What the hell? That is you, right? You're falsely buffering my numbers, dude. Oh, I see.
A mission the shuttle was designed for. But as Mission Commander Boston Lowe said in the press conference last night,
if the shuttle is the last hope of the human race, then it'll have to do the job, won't it? Wait a minute, folks. Let me introduce the landing team. Ludger Brink is a noted geologist. He'll evaluate our data on placement of the nuclear devices.
You can tell this was meant for lower resolution, because at lower resolution, it actually looks quite good. You bring it up and it becomes pixelated.
Attila to bits. If we did, some of the pieces would certainly hit Earth with devastating effect. And now I hardly have to introduce Maggie Robbins to you. She's probably the most well-known journalist in the world.
Maggie, you're famous for having once said that you never put up with censorship in any form. Now you're under NASA command.
Miss Robbins is a reporter by vocation, but on this mission she's...
I think I can answer the question myself, Commander Lowe. Danny, I trained for this mission, and I have work to do in laying the nuclear charges. When I come home, I'll be a reporter.
It reminds me of
During the mission, I'm part
Back to the Future. It's a point and click, I'm assuming.
That may be the biggest news story of all. Maggie Robbins obeys orders.
I mean, it's a LucasArts game, so the story is going to be good. The animation is going to be good.
While it's well known that Maggie is a prodigy at learning new languages, is this just coincidence?
Not at all. We wanted the best and the brightest for this mission. Dr. Brink and Ms. Robbins are not narrow specialists. They are research.
Did my internet just die?
Widely educated and creative thinkers.
Does that apply to you too, Commander Lowe?
My job is to keep everybody alive.
I feel like I'm watching a small movie. I wish I could bring this up bigger, but it's... Yeah, it's the actual Steam application, so I can't. Who was it that recommended this? Was it you, Brant? Valiant also has this. One of you two probably recommended this. But it does look cool. Captain Spirit was probable prime. Hyperlight Drifter was not recommended by anybody. I just heard really, really good things about this game. And I want to say it was made in Game Maker, which is insane. Because Game Maker is not built for big projects, but they made it work anyway. Top-down isometric. But what kind of game is it? I'm assuming it's action RPG, maybe? Ooh, nice VHS effect, but in pixels. That's a good art choice. Quick paced. Shooter? Slasher? What about loot? Is there a loot system? I want to see actual gameplay with sound effects and stuff. Can we see? Wait. Before I go, why would you doubt you have recommended it? Do you not much care for it? I have to jump back and forth, by the way, because I can't see chat. The music design is, yeah, the sound design is interesting. But I want to hear the actual gameplay. I know that sounds weird, but I want to know what the hack and slash sounds sound like. Here, I'm going to put you back in traditional mode and then close this. The fonk, by the way, is something that I listen to when playing racing games, because so many racing games have awful soundtracks and I need something that's kind of fast-paced. But what I found is that it also is not great. I don't want the OST. Oh, I accidentally autofilled. I see. I haven't played it. It's an old game, so it launches small screen. Oh, yeah. I had that problem with Myst. The older Mysts, man, they really mess with your resolution. Uru was the worst. This is... Damn it, I don't want the trailer. Thank you, though. Let me see if I can find a playthrough. I have got to get used to this keyboard, man. I have struggled with this keyboard a lot. Blind long play, no commentary. Good. I'm going to skip forward. I want to hear something. I want to see something crazy. So maybe some in-game stuff. Oh, that's awesome. The sounds remind me of a cyberpunky Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, I need to go back and finish it at some point too. I'm actually curious about something. No, not Steam Community. Just look up Steam. I want it on desktop because I can zoom. Ah, it's still $60. I wish there was a sale on Elden Ring. I would like to play Elden Ring. I know it's past its popularity point, but I've wanted to play it for a long time, but the deluxe edition is like $80. Modern games are so expensive. Holy shit. Let me see if Xbox has... I guarantee you it doesn't, but let's see. I don't know why it says that, because I've already claimed it, I hope. Guarantee you it's not on here. I figured it wouldn't be. Bummer. Oh, there's my YouTube. I can close that. All right, go back to actual Steam. See what else I have. Oh, this is my actual Steam. Wow, that's confusing. I want to give the Dreamfall series a better look, but I have had similar issues. The first one, I don't want to skip it. I'm so tempted by NCR 80 going to save up for it. Let's look it up. I wish I had a source of income right now because I want to do more keyboards. I actually discovered something kind of interesting. What are the switches? I mean, are they MX style switches? It's modeled after like an IBM Model M. But if it uses MX style switches, the feel will be completely different than a vintage because they use the... Shit. They use a spring key. I know the word for this, and I cannot for whatever reason. IBM Model M switches. There's also Model F. Buckling spring over membrane keyboard design. There is actually Keyboard Company Kentucky. Can't remember their name. Unicomp. So there is a company called Unicomp here in my own state, and they make modernized versions of the Model M using the buckling spring over membrane switch type. So you basically get a modern updated version of a Model M keyboard using the old type, buckling spring. You can even get the old PS2 connection if you want it. So that's super cool. I had no idea that this company existed at all. But they're right here in my home state. And they make keyboards modeled after all the old ones. I love it. I love that they exist and that they do it. Good for them. I'm glad that they're keeping the vibe alive. So I don't blame you at all for wanting something like that. Although it's a weird, like, 10 keyless kind of. It's a little odd. Because there's no number pad. $90, not too bad. Vintage beige. Does it come in? Oh, it does come in cool gray. That's neat. That is pretty neat. I would love to do keyboard builds and sell them off. I looked more into it after I had a conversation with you about it, and I probably wouldn't make my money back on it. Learn more about kinetic high-speed internet. Stop listening to me. I would love to have some holy pandas. I hear good things about them. Very deep, but it's because of the size of the board. The space has a really heavy bottom out sound too. Tap, tap. I don't like his keycap choice with this, even if it matches with the Holy Pandas. Wait a minute. Sorry, I know this is boring for everybody else. Holy Panda, they're not linear, right? They're tactile, or are they tactile? I actually don't remember. He had some modded. He had the Holy Panda X. Go away. I really like that. That is a great tool. Those are mine. Give me a second. I still haven't got used to this keyboard. It's going to take me forever. I do typing tests and stuff, and it's still... All I need answered is whether it's a tactile or a linear. I feel like it's actually a linear, but my brain says it's tactile. I would love to have a Topper keyboard, but I don't think you can compare MX style switches to Topper switches. They have more in common, I think, with Alps, but... So they are tactile, right? They are not clicky. They are have a bump similar to clicky switches, so they're tactile. I want some good tactile switches. The more I use these linear switches, they're good switches, but I think I'd rather have a tactile. I'd rather have the physical bump feedback that you get from a tactile switch. But they feel nice. Another issue I have is there's a lot of travel distance on my keyboard. I think it's because I have such tall keycaps. It feels, I don't know, it feels like a lot. Maybe it's just in my brain. Go back to Unplayed. Dig is a game that we could potentially play. There are some of these. They're all made by the same person. I can't remember their name. But they make these analog horror games with very positive reviews. And they're said to be pretty quick. Iron Lung is one that I'd like to get. How expensive is Iron Lung? $6? I might end up getting Iron Lung because Iron Lung is said to be very, very, very good. Go back into Unplayed. King's Quest, there it is. I don't get small keyboards. I like them like Moto Moto likes his women, big, chunky, and with something. So I am more interested in the feel of a keyboard than really what it looks like. I would be willing to have a very crappy keyboard that feels good. One that looks bad but feels good. I'm okay with that. Aesthetics are nice if you can get them, but that's just icing on the cake. I like the keyboard that I'm currently using better than the bigger keyboards I've used in the past, but that is almost exclusively how it feels. One major issue I have with it, but I have this issue with all keyboards, is that the angle your hands have to be to type, it's weird. You feel like you have to tuck your elbows in to type, especially on a small, like 50% like I have. But if you really pay attention to the portion of a keyboard that you spend most of your time on, it's always small. So I think that a columnar split keyboard would probably be the most comfortable. If it had hot swaps so that you could play with switches and find the perfect switch for you, that would be about as good as it gets for me, I think. Do I need to go super small, like 30%? That's more Alfred's thing than my thing. I think small keyboards are really, really great if you need something portable, but unless you need something portable, it's mostly about aesthetic. I will say that having a streaming setup where I have like a drawing tablet to my left and 2 monitors and a microphone and 3 cameras and a ring light and an audio interface and a USB hub and lights, and I have to have room for my controller, and I have a printer under my desk, and I have tons of supplies. It gets cluttered so easily, and that is one of the things that I love about this small keyboard. Something that I kind of took into consideration, but I didn't realize how huge it was. I basically need to get rid of my Razer Tartarus. The Razer Tartarus is columnar. It's very comfortable for playing like first-person shooters and stuff, but when you need a full keyboard, you have to have a second keyboard there, so it uses up a bunch of space. It is perfectly in the middle. It is perfectly in the middle of being a one-handed keyboard for playing games and a proper keyboard for typing things up. I do like having a number pad, but I've pretty well worked around that. It's okay. Bigger issues are like having to set up my inner key to also be a shift key. And I'm used to pinky ring for shift enter so that you don't like send a message or whatever, but you can't do that. You have to use your other hand. There's like small quirks about it that are a little but they're easily worked around. You're going to a keyboard meetup in Jyväskylä. I'm not pronouncing that right. I have to Google this now. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. I don't remember how the J's are pronounced in Finnish. Oops.
Jyväskylä.
Jyväskylä. Jyväskylä. That's not how I would have predicted it sounding, but cool. But yeah, I would love to do more keyboard content. I just don't have the money for it. One thing I'll say, from knowing just a small amount of a lot of different languages, J is one of those that is, I've heard it pronounced as a Y. I've heard it pronounced as a H. I've heard it pronounced as a diphthong that is a combination of a Y and an H. I've heard it make a guttural sound like a sound before. It's almost an H, but it's more in the throat. There was, I don't remember what language it was, but there was a language where it has kind of an R sound to it. So I said Jyväskylä. Is it? So that's really bad. That's really bad text to speech. What does it actually sound like? That's scuffed American pronunciation. It's probably literally a text to speech. There are people who get tons of views by punching it into a text to speech app and playing it and being like, well, that's obviously how it sounds. There have been words I found. In fact, me and my girlfriend once got in an argument about how something was pronounced. And she found one of those videos and was like, see? And it was wildly wrong. You hear someone actually pronounce it, it's different.
Jyväskylä.
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 Jyväskylä. Yeah, well, that's actually closer to what I was trying to say in the first place. So, Jyväskylä. Down here in Texas, we call it Jyväskylä. 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 I'd have to practice my pronunciation. But, I don't know why G.G. Allen keeps ending up in my, Jive Turkey. Keeps showing up in my YouTube feed, but he does. Back. But no, Darkwood is definitely one I'd love to play. Music Machine, King's Quest. That's getting pushed pretty high up my list right now because it's not Halloween themed. We're so close to Halloween. I want during Halloween to play. How many Amnesia games do I have now? Do I have all 3 of them? I do. I want to be able to play all the Amnesia games. All the Penumbra games, of which I have 3. It'll probably be Penumbra, Amnesia. That will give me 6 games just in October only. If I look up horror, that's weird. I guess it doesn't look at my thing because I have one that says survival horror. Can we please? It's weird that it did that. It like scrolls way too far down. This isn't really horror, but sure. Return of Obra wouldn't be bad. This is horror. I don't remember who recommended Return to Shiranagasu. Also, didn't someone recommend Condemned? Outlast? Oh, it was you? Condemned was you, I know. Or I thought it was you. I want to play Iron Lung too. You recommended both? Outlast. Holy shit. Yes, I do plan on playing Inscription sometime soon. That might be one that we play leading into Halloween because I have so many horror games at this point that I could probably play. I mean, if it takes, I don't know how many hours the Penumbra games and stuff are, but I imagine that just the 3 Penumbra and the 3 Amnesia would take up almost all of October. So I might start, let's see, what is today? The 9th? Starting the 19th is my guess. We can begin doing, we'll do a countdown to Halloween starting 6 weeks out. 6 weeks to Halloween or something like that. That way I can get in all these horror games because I want to do Dead by Daylight, but I have to find people to play with or at least play it on my own so that I know what the hell I'm doing. I want to play Hunt Showdown, same drill with that. Subnautica is technically a horror, but I want to go with classic as horror-filled horror as possible. So Penumbra, Amnesia, Darkwood, Music Machine. I might suck you into the new Ghostbusters game when it comes out, so I got someone to play with. I can't gift it or anything till it's released in October. It's a 4v1 survival game, like Dead by Daylight, I think, but Ghostbusters theme. Do they have like a early access or a trailer? Let me look this up. Oh, this needs to be added to my wish list because that looks great. Oh, let me do this really quick too. Iron Lung is an absolute must. It already is on my wish list. Good. That's the old one. I'm assuming it's gonna be... What is this? Planet Coaster Bundle. Oh, I see. But what is this? No, stop. Is this like Ghostbusters with roller coasters? What is this? I'm confused.
Okay, nobody panic. We're professionals.
That's Dan Aykroyd. But no, I'm assuming it's a new game that's not with Planet Coaster. Let me see if I can look this up. Spirits Unleashed official reveal trailer. I love Ghostbusters, by the way.
Yeah, we saved the world a few times. But between that, we provided a needed service to the masses.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Him.
Passing the torch, or better yet, passing the particle thrower, giving you the tools. Now let's see if you have the talent. Keep your head up and your equipment charged. We're a team working together to watch each other's back.
Now, I know you're still a ghost-busting trainee, but there's much more here than meets the eye. Take a look at this. You have the chance to see firsthand what exists on the other side. Catching ghosts is only the half of it.
That looks pretty sick, actually.
So you want to play as a ghost? I'd like to see you try to take on my team.
Dude. Okay, that looks cool. I have to admit, that looks pretty damn cool. I love the Ghostbusters. I love Dan Aykroyd, who had a big part in writing it. He's obsessed with old school spiritualism because his father, I think it was, used to be a spiritualist and did seances and stuff when he was a kid. So he was always like kind of attracted to the aesthetic and to weird stuff. Sometimes he goes off a little weirder than usual. I'm not going to lie. Please. Thank you. But a really fun guy. I need more horror games, though. I know that there are more in here, but I don't know why they're not all listed. Or maybe I thought I had more than I actually do. I need to play Whooppo and World of Goo at some point. Kerbal Space Program at some point. What genre is this exactly? This is a... Also, I switched to my slower internet connection for those of you that are just now here. And I have to say, for whatever reason, my upload is way more stable. When I reset my internet connection, the quicker the two connections, the 5G connection was all over the place. The 2G wasn't. So it's more stable for some reason. I just went full screen. Isn't Shiro white? Yeah, this is a visual novel, right? Inspect the ominous island together. Examine locations and interrogate characters. Use your detective skills to uncover a hidden truth. I remember this now. This actually reminds me of another game that I have on my list that is... Wait. Go back. Very positive, overwhelmingly positive, must be very good. But there's another one called Paradise Killer. That when I looked up games like Myst was actually listed, also very positive reviews. But it has a different aesthetic. It's got like this upbeat,
I have a bad feeling about this.
I want to say J-pop, but that's not it. It reminds me of games that came out in the mid-90s from Japan, and I can't remember now what the genre was called. And the Stanley Parable was fun, but it was so weird. Baba Is You is one that I've been wanting to play. Let's look up some horror games. I wonder if they'll have sales on horror games. Let's see, down 67%. Dying Light. View page. Overwhelmingly positive.
Our plan is focused on the greater good. Remember that.
Ultimate open world zombie survival game.
Live by your own rules, Crane, or are you merely someone else's puppet?
This looks like...
A way out of Haran.
They scribble symbols everywhere. Do these fucking rituals. I think they even pray to her.
You are just delaying the end.
Okay, this looks pretty sick too.
Let the game
An action horror game. The enhanced edition comes with all the extra stuff for $9.89. Wow, the definitive edition, actually, that's only $13. That's really not bad. When does the sale end? Does it say? It does not say when the... Oh, September 16th. Okay, that's not too long. I need to wishlist this because I would consider it. It's got really high ratings.
Our plan is focused on the...
Oh, I wish you could just look up horror and get good stuff, but you often can't. DayZ, I hear good things about. I don't know about that, though. Atomic Heart is already on my wish list. I can't wait for it to come out. Alien Isolation would be a cool one. But I feel like that'd be more fun with VR. I just misspelled isolation. You didn't see that. You didn't see that, Chad. I typed it perfectly first try, every time. Why can I not spell this? Alien. Let's just do alien. Wow.
Peggy 18.
Did you ever do the Ghostbusters video game of about 2009? That one is definitely one to do if you haven't. I have not. Give me a second, though. I want to see this because I heard good things about this game. I heard that when it first came out, people expected an action game and were upset when it was actually like a horror survival game. But then once people figured out it was a horror survival game, the people that played it that were looking for that type of game really enjoyed it. I will look on Epic and see if it's there. It might even be an Xbox Game Pass. I also want to play The Quarry. I know it was super popular. That's the thing. I'm not a big enough streamer that I can stream really popular stuff while popular streamers are streaming. I will never get views. I have regulars. I'll have you guys. But my growth has stagnated a lot here lately. And I think it's my fault. I'm not being as smart about what to play, when to play, and stuff. I need to make sick-ass YouTube content. Do some conspiracy theory iceberg videos. There we go. Is the United States government really being controlled by the deep state? A cabal of Satan worshipping child murderers? You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. And for iceberg, actually, wait a minute. I have to look this up now. Surely there is. Yeah, there is. There's a lore summary anyway. It's about 20 minutes long. Yeah, the Infra Iceberg already done, man. You got to give me fresh content ideas, dude. What the hell? You're slow-ish. It would be a cool video though. That's actually something I might want to watch. Wait. To bug you again, Stray Iceberg, that's... El iceberg completo de Stray explicito. Wait. There was something... Shit! You made me forget. You made me forget what I was going to look up. Damn, I had an idea for... Oh, I do. This is completely out of left field, but I have a video recommendation for you guys. This video right here. Is it this one? Yes, The Pinnacle of Power in Fiction. Dale Gribble, The Pinnacle of Power in Fiction. He is the most powerful fictional character ever created.
Always loved King of the Hill, and as I got older and my taste evolved, I was wondered, why are there tons of videos analyzing how powerful characters like Saitama, Goku, and Luffy are, but none on characters from King of the Hill, or its classic Japanese name, Kingu Buzahiro? So I decided it was time someone did something about that. So I buckled down and started rewatching, researching, writing, recording, and editing a video on one of the strongest characters in shonen and fiction in general. The man, the myth, the legend, Dale Gribble.
It's actually an amazing video. Dale Gribble is so much more powerful than you realize, but this game needs to go on my wish list. Let's see, does it have... Prey, I've already played. Let me go into Xbox really quick. I'm curious if Alien Isolation is in here. Alien Isolation. Play with Game Pass. Sick. Let me see if we can look up genres. Listen, you can go. I've heard good things about Hello Neighbor, but I'd want to play the first one. Also, this one keeps popping up over and over and over again. I don't know why, but it pops up a lot. World of Horror. Subnautica, Scorn. Scorn has to be played. I don't care if it's already played by a bajillion people. I'm going to play the hell out of it. I'd love to play some classic Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Blair Witch. I don't know how old you guys are, but when Blair Witch came out, that was a scary fucking movie. Blair Witch, honestly, was one of the only horror movies after I was a teenager that actually scared me. It genuinely, by the way, you are probably paying 10 USD monthly for, yeah. It's for 90 days, but that's okay. There are things I'd get rid of first, like Hulu, Netflix, my car insurance. I'm kidding. No, I have to get rid of a lot of my monthly services soon. But no, Blair Witch was one of the few movies that actually genuinely scared me as a teenager. But it was because at the time that it came out, there was a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding it, leading people to believe that it was real, that it was actual found footage, and found footage wasn't really a thing yet. You know, we didn't have the back rooms and shit all the time.
Okay, Bullet. Let's find this kid. Wait up, Bullet! Bullet! Where am I?
I would like to play this, but it's not a part of Game Pass. I'll have to look at... Did you... Yes, I did finish XO1. I actually played it twice through. I'm going to move this off screen really quick because I want to look at my account. It renews 9/21/2022. I wish it told me more than that, though. Oh, it doesn't. Wait a minute. You've got free PC Game Pass. Your device comes with PC Game Pass, which can be added to the existing subscription. After any promotional period, subscription continues automatically at a regular price. I need to look at my account because I might be able to score another free month. Next charge on 9/14/2022 for $9.99. If I do this, if I claim this... I'll look into that later. I might actually be able to save some money. Grim Fandango Remaster is great. Ooh. Ooh. How bad will this slow down my... How bad will it... How big is it? It's 5 gigs. All right, the internet's going to be a little weird, but I want this. Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out some stuff. Let's go back in here and look up horror again. See what other horror games are. This seems to be better about genre than Steam is. But it could just be my imagination. Alan Wake, I hear good things about it. The Evil Within, that's horror. Here, let's go in here. Make this full. Hello Neighbor 1. What is Visage? This is a cool looking cover. First person psychological horror game. I have not played Little Nightmares, but that definitely has to be done too. Wow, there's actually going to be so much horror content. I mean, so far you're showing me a house. Cool. Okay, maybe it'll... Because it's easy from a developer standpoint. That's more than just one house, though. Holy shit. Dude, What Remains of Edith Finch had some horror elements. All took place in one house, technically, and was amazing. This actually looks pretty damn good. Yeah. But I know what you mean. As a general rule, you're right. It's a cheap way of of making a game. Dude, this looks sick. All right, I mean, you've sold me. That's getting added. Kentucky Route Zero? What? That can't be a thing. It is a thing. Is it on Steam? No, it's like... Oh, it is on Steam. Shoot. Let me check this real quick. I just assumed it wouldn't be on here. Oh, before we do this, actually, let me go back. Because there was The Evil Within, you said, and there's Little Nightmares, too. What, you please? Oh, you're obnoxious thing. No, go away. Screw it. Go into these. The Evil Within. Alan Wake, I hear good things about too. Have to buy it though. That's a bummer. Evil Within. Here, let's flip. Oh, here's a play. I will definitely check it out. Just give me a second. I will say that outside of older horror games, I'm usually not a fan of third-person horror. I don't know why, but it disconnects me from the main character. It definitely looks heavily Resident Evil inspired, though. And Resident Evil does do it well. So did Silent Hill. Very creepy. Gotta have Chainsaw Guy. Sure. It's absolutely capped, yeah. Actually, I think this is probably 30 frames per second. The video, I don't know about the game itself. Really cool monster design. Okay, I did add it. Good, good, good. Let's see if Kentucky Route Zero is in here. It is. And I can just straight up play it. Holy shit. It's Annapurna? Really? Wow. I really like the art style. Very painterly. I will read the synopsis, don't worry. I will say that there are a lot of old stories from the hills of Kentucky. There is definitely, like, I don't know how to explain it. Not wives' tales, really, just sort of horror stories that have been passed down. Things in the woods, especially in the Smoky Mountains between Kentucky and Tennessee. There are stories of, like, the Lougarou and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it says it's Kentucky Route Zero, but as far as I know, there isn't a Route Zero in Kentucky. That's... If they had said I-75 or something, then... At twilight in Kentucky, as bird songs give way to a choir of frogs and insects, familiar roads become strange and it's easy to get lost. Those who are already lost may find their way to a secret highway winding through underground caves. The people who live and work along this highway are themselves a little strange at first, but soon seem familiar. The aging driver making the last delivery for a doomed antique shop, the young woman who fixes obsolete TVs surrounded by ghosts, the child and his giant eagle companion, the robot musicians, the invisible power company lurking everywhere, and the threadbare communities who struggle against its grip. Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition is a magical realist adventure game in 5 acts featuring a haunted electronic score, a suite of hymns and bluegrass standards recorded by the Bedquilt Ramblers, rendered in a striking visual style that draws as much from theater, film, and experimental electronic art as it does from the history of video games. This is a story of unpayable debts, abandoned futures, and the human drive to find community. This looks sick. As someone who lives here, I have to play that. Like, there are some complaints I can make about Kentucky after having, like, I'm not a Kentucky native, but I've spent most of my life here. So I believe that I have some right to say. Some of the most beautiful landscapes that you will ever see. Really amazing people are here. Also really shitty people, but that's been true of everywhere I've lived. But also, like, every older person, and maybe that generation is starting to pass away now, but every older person I know has some horror story from their childhood. You know, a strange family that lived in the woods, or creatures and shadows that you'd see when you're out by yourself at night, ghost stories. And, you know, we have Waverly Hills, which is one of the most haunted asylums in the country, and stuff like that. The younger generation less so, but, you know, the problem with America, and I'm going to say this as an American, so if you're not from here, most of the people are fine. I mean, they can be shitty. They might have bad attitudes. You might have a Karen or something. But the vast majority of Americans are good people. If they weren't, the country would be falling apart way quicker. The problem is that our media, and I'm sure it's true of media all around the world, loves to fixate on the most fringe, the most drama-y. Like, our media is very melodramatic. You couldn't, if you read a small newspaper like the one here, I think is called the Commonwealth Journal, most of it is, you know, there might be a couple of crimes. Oh, there was a bake sale, blah, blah, blah. But that stuff doesn't make it up to the national level. The stuff that makes it up to the national level is, you know, man beheaded woman in front yard. And so you get kind of a bad rap. I feel like Americans especially get a bad rap, and Americans are convinced by this too, and think that people are generally worse, and the place is generally worse than it is. The bad people are loud. That's absolutely right. Yes, you have a minority of people that are very loud. Just because the more sensationalized the topics are, the more attention it grabs, the higher your ratings go, the more ad revenue you make. That's a real problem, and I'm sure that's not just America, that's everywhere. Consumerism through fear is a big one too. Like, you have to have perfect skin, buy this new skin product. Oh man, your teeth are a little stained, you should buy this new toothpaste, it'll whiten your teeth 3 shades. You know? Yes, people do complain about it. Absolutely. People on both sides of the aisle too. So to be fair, I see it from both Republicans and Democrats in the United States. They both complain about the media. The big problem they have is that they tend to complain about the media that's on the opposite side of the aisle of them. So if you were a Republican, you would probably complain about NBC. If you were a Democrat, you'd probably complain about Fox. But I've seen that deteriorate a lot lately. Faith in major media outlets has dwindled considerably over the course of the last couple of years. Like, when I have conversations with my girlfriend's family, who are almost exclusively conservative, they are the most common sense people. And the things that the media would lead you to believe they believe in, they don't. Like, none of them, for instance, supported Trump. None of them did. None of them liked him. They thought that he was also sensationalistic and that he didn't uphold the values that they felt a president should uphold. But if you were to listen to the media, you would think that everybody around here, you know, just absolutely loves him. And there are people who do like Donald Trump that live around here, but they're a lot rarer than you would think. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, I was raised in a town called London, named after London in Britain. Somerset is a place too that that is in Britain. There's a lot of cities that are named after cities in Britain and all over Europe for some reason. I wouldn't be surprised if Lexington was. But yeah, we get a lot of names. It's weird because I lived in London, Kentucky for years, and when I told people I lived in London, instantly they think of, you know, the United Kingdom. But this looks amazing. I actually really, really want to play this. That was a great suggestion. We also have to look at Little Nightmares. Wow, I typed something without screwing up. Oh, that's not it at all. London, Ontario. Yeah, I think it's common in the US, period. I mean, New York is named after York. So Britain has its fingers all in the naming of cities around here. But then you have towns like Hazard. I don't know where it got its name, but it is hazardous. You know, it reminds me of a doctor's office I used to go to. They used to have paintings like that. It would be like animals wearing hats and stuff. It was so weird. I always felt weirded out when I went to that doctor's office. I'm like, why do you guys have these? It's freaking weird, man, but okay. Little Nightmares. Wow, really cheap too. This might get bought. It's 84% off. I think I'm going to get that. 1 and 2 is $40. It's only 38% off. I'll just go with number 1 for right now and get number 2 later. I'm curious though, if I go into bundle info, what does it say Little Monsters 2 costs? Oh no, it is literally just a straight up bundle. You can't separate them. Okay. Well, I'm going to add Little Monsters to my cart because Little Nightmares, because that's really cheap. You don't get what? What don't you get? You don't get why they're named after that? I mean, because the British were some of the first to settle here in the United States, and a lot of those towns were named before. Like, as you push west, you'll find a lot more Spanish influence. Oh, the dog render? Yeah, I don't get it either. But yeah, as you push west in the United States, they become more Spanish. So you have like San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Bernardino, you know. You also have Native American names, which I believe Kentucky is a Native American name. Nobody knows exactly what the origin is, but some say it means dark and bloody ground in Cherokee. If you go into like the southeast, like around Louisiana, you find a bunch of French names. Just throwing that out there. But yeah. I need more horror games. Give me more scary games. Horror Squad. Resident Evil. Oh, that's Resident Evil Project W chapter. Okay. Forsake. The Forest was good. I actually like The Forest a lot. The Quarry is on my wish list, but it's so expensive. $60 for a game, man. I know that's the standard. I know it's the standard, but dude, games are so expensive nowadays. Okay, I have an idea. We've got some weird named places in Finland, for example, Cock Rocks and Twat. I had a friend that used to live on a street, and it was called... It had a long name. It was like the Last Avenue in Hell Road is what it was called. That was really weird. But America has weird named cities too. Weird American city names. Popejoy, Iowa, Hooker, Oklahoma, China, Texas, Rainbow City, Bluegrass, Iowa, which makes no sense because Bluegrass is Kentucky. Cool, Texas. Got a whole lot of... Really? Bangs, Texas. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. What a great name for a place, by the way. Dinosaur, Colorado. Why Not, North Carolina. Hurt, Virginia. 96, South Carolina. Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Atomic City, Idaho. Wait a minute. Let's find... Kentucky, really? We don't have one strange named one? Really? Oblong, Illinois? That's actually a great name for a place. China, Texas is funny too. Well, dude, it does happen too. So you may have heard of Daniel Boone, who was an explorer and oh God, I'm forgetting the word. Daniel Boone was an important pioneer. That's the word I was looking for. Historical figure in Kentucky. Did a lot of really amazing things. He was a frontiersman who, I mean, he saved entire towns and stuff. There was a case. Let me see if I can find this story. Daniel Boone saves a town. The Siege of Boonesboro. So the Siege of Boonesboro took place in 1778 during the American Revolutionary War. The attack on the Kentucky settlement of Boonesboro was led by Chief Blackfish, a Shawnee leader allied with the British. Months before the battle, Blackfish had captured and adopted Daniel Boone, the founder of Boonesboro. Boone escaped the Shawnees in time to lead the defense of the settlement. Blackfish's siege was unsuccessful and was lifted after 10 days. Yeah, so unlabeled and dislodged Kentuckians from the frontier settlements and Indians destroyed crops and killed cattle, hoping that food shortages would compel the Kentucky settlers to leave. With the food supply of Boonesboro running low, the settlers needed salt to preserve the meat that they had. In January of 1778, Daniel Boone led a party of 30 men to Salt Springs and Licking River. Right? On February 7th, Boone was out hunting for meat on the expedition. He was surprised and captured by warriors of the Blackfish, right? Blackfish wanted to continue Boonesboro and capture it. This is really, really laying it out. But if I remember right, they like killed or captured his horse, and he had to run hundreds of miles back to Boonesboro to save his town, to warn them that the Blackfish were coming. And anyway, there used to be a place called the Daniel Boone Parkway that ran all through Kentucky. It is no longer known as the Daniel Boone Parkway. It's known as the Hal Rogers Parkway because some shitty politician decided to fucking name it after himself. So I'm sorry, Hal Rogers, you can suck a dick. You are not as cool as Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone was a badass motherfucker, a pioneer, a hardcore frontiersman. I'm sure Daniel Boone did some bad things, but you're a politician. You are a bad thing. So because he helped fund it, I think he helped fund a portion of the Daniel Boone Parkway to make it longer. But like, how fucking full of yourself. I'm sorry, chat. It is no longer the George Washington Monument. It is the AssassinTeddies Monument, named after me because I'm awesomer than George. Like, why would you do that? It's just so dumb. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And like, I'm so used to calling it the Daniel Boone Parkway that I'll confuse people that are from out of town and be like, oh yeah, you have to take the Daniel Boone Parkway. They're like, the Daniel Boone Parkway? I'm like, oh, I mean the Hal Rogers or whatever. I'm sure I've confused one or two tourists at some point. I live in a tourist town, so we have a very, very large lake where I live. Oh, Doom would be great. I wish the original Doom would go on sale. Man, I wish it would go on sale. I need to wish list this so that maybe it will go on sale. And then I could play both the Dooms. I'd love to play both the Dooms. Doom is one of the first, like, single-player first-person shooters that really does stand out to me. Oh, I know Doom Eternal is solid, but I want to play Doom and Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal I can play for free. But I want to play the first Doom first. Might have to crack it or something. I used to own it on PlayStation 4, I think. But yeah. Yeah, Doom Eternal should absolutely get played soon. I'm weird about single-player shooter games. It takes a lot to impress me with a single-player shooter game. I don't know why. Like, Prey was okay and Wolfenstein was okay, but when I played Doom 2016, that shit blew my mind. It really raised the bar a lot for shooting games. But I also like shooters that have, like, interesting espionage or warlike stories. Like, I really think that Call of Duty World at War had one of the best plots of any game that I played. It was really fucking good. It was really, really, really good and scary. You know, like, you'd be walking through a river in the jungle, and then people would start coming out of the trees and shooting you. You're like, holy shit, what's going on? Oh man, no, but if we're talking good stories, Battlefield Bad Company 2 had an amazing story. The helicopter guy was like one of my favorite characters ever in a video game. Let me look him up really quick. Oh, really? Come on. Why can't I type? Yes, to Heli, please. Helicopter pilot. I love this guy. He was just like a hippie that flew helicopters. I have not played Left 4 Dead.
Next thing we knew, we were over South America, courtesy of an agency we couldn't officially name, working for a guy who sent units like ours to early graves every day. Technically, our luck was improving.
So this Aguaya's gotta be some highly placed CIA spook to be out here so long. Uh-huh. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. Hey, Flynn, right? What's our ETA? Flynn? Mr. Pilot, sir? Come on, dude! Shit, man, just hang on, man. I lost my smoke, so hang on a minute.
Fucking Tuesdays, man. Never get my shit together on a Tuesday.
How about that? Oh, RPG! RPG! Yeah, I saw it. Whoa, what the fuck? These cheap Russian RPGs, they're easy, man. If it's like a javelin, I have to do something really tricky.
Can you just get us to the fucking LZ before I have to do something real tricky too?
Right. You got it, boss. Man, this is Ghost Rider reconfirming insert 6449er.
But no, this game was amazing. I miss this game so much. He does actually have a javelin shot at him at some point. But okay, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead. Let's start with Xbox because it'll be cheaper. Back 4 Blood? What? Is Back 4 Blood Left 4 Dead 2? It's a Valve game. Okay, so it'd be on Steam then. Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2's only $10. Both of them each are only $10, and you can get both for $14. So I'll add that to cart. That's not too expensive. I've heard really good things about them, even though I've never played them. It's like 1.6 on sale. Where? Oh, it's the same, but with more maps? So there's no point in getting them both? Is there no point in getting them both? In which case, I'll just get the one. No, 2 is better? Okay. Oh, they have a price history? Really? I did not know about this. Yeah, it's $9.99. That's the current price. Converted price. Lowest recorded price was $2. When was that? Should I wait for it to go on sale then? Wait. Let's go to my cart. Okay, we'll go back to the chart real quick. Discount $1.99 on June 23rd and on July 21st. So once every couple of months, it does it. Okay, so that's going to end up being a wish listed item instead. That way when it goes on sale, let me look at my wish list and see if there's anything actually good on sale. 84% off. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going to get it. Dying Light's pretty cheap right now. Gone Home Tacoma. I don't remember what that was. I can't wait for Scorn to come out. I have to get Scorn. Let's go with price though. Cry of Fear, free. Portal Stories Mail, free. Chips Challenge, free. Light Matter, free. Portal Reloaded, free. The Walking Fish, Final Frontier, free. The Looker, I have to play it. The Room's only $5. Scanner Sombra is only $6. Iron Lung is only $6. Cry of Fear is amazing. Psychological single-player and co-op horror game set in a deserted town filled with horrific creatures and nightmarish delusions. You play as a young man desperately searching for answers in the cold Scandinavian night. I think I've seen it. I think I remember this. We're going to go ahead. How big is it? It's 5 gigs? Sure. We'll go ahead and grab it. Why not? It's not very big. And then I'll have it to play. I think, however, chat, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream. I don't know what I'm going to play Monday. I will probably put up another thing on Discord, and you guys can decide what it is that you want me to play. I need to go get something to eat, though. My blood sugar feels low. I have a bit of a headache, too. Yeah, you're very welcome, guys. Have a good night. And I will see you Monday, hopefully. There might be doctor appointments I don't know about, but hopefully Monday you will see me. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. because I can't be bothered to get up early. You guys are all very welcome. Love you all. Peace out. Wait. Yeah. All right. Peace out, guys.